Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So now,
Landing
Project
on block.
Deadhorse is on its second engine.
Yeah, because the first engine was a goddamn
Was a piece of shit. And this, as you can tell, is a donated block. Donated by fucking Chris and I to Brian. Now you have to see how much work we're going through. Hopefully you take care of this gem once we steal it and smash all the windows out of it. We're not going to smash the windows, but this is part one. Now we gotta get this one to the machine shop for you, man. Joe's too busy right now, but
sucking our damn balls after this one.
Hey. Alright, Brian, putting your... Yeah, starting in there. Everything's going in here. We're doing a whole build on this set of heads. The third set of heads we got. So...
Yeah, third set of heads. 2 motors.
Be very appreciative, Brian. And, put them lips to use on Chris. Look at the size of these guys. Oh yeah, that's gonna breathe for you, Brian. So now, since we got them to breathe like aluminum, we're gonna prime them, and then I'll show you what color we're gonna paint them, since you've been begging for some high performance heads. And I will say this, all the viewers don't know this, but we've been making Brian, you know, kind of tell us what he wants without him knowing that he's kind of getting what he wants, even though kid can't make up his mind for shit. One day he wants to do math delete, next minute he just wants to do 30 over performer, which we decided to do the 30 over performer, but we did some little hillbilly upgrades by cleaning out those exhaust ports to make it flow. We're going to plug this off to delete the EGR altogether, but we're going to put a couple layers of primer on it, and we'll put some paint on it for you, Brian. Coat number 2, Brian. Fucking head will be able to survive a nuclear war. Well, when that sets, next coat will be a special paint we picked. Alright, Brian, so you ready to see what the magic color is? Aluminum. Yes, sir. You wanted aluminum heads. We got them to flow like aluminum heads. And now, on our budget build, we have aluminum plated heads. I wish I could say something fancy like it was plated with recycled soda cans, but it's just aluminum, guy. But it'll look really nice when we get around to painting that block. So enjoy them aluminum heads, courtesy of Project Deadhorse. Gonna start assembling it for Brian. Hopefully Brian's gonna be down here tonight. And if you can see, look who's calling me right now. Let me take this. Hello? Okay, sorry about that. I had to take that with him. Obviously, you now seen what his phone number is, so feel free to prank call him if you want. Anyways, so wherever I was, I'll just start over. You put the cam bearings in before you put the crank in. That's what we're working on right now, is installing the cam bearings. I already have the rear cam bearing in, if you can see it right there, and the freeze plug in the back. I'm also going to be putting these other freeze plugs in. I still got to clean the block a little more, but I'm putting the bearings in because the section I'm putting the bearings in has already been cleaned. when you put the cam bearings in, you have to have a special tool for it. They slide on these right here, and then you tighten the other end down. It expands it out to grip onto the actual freeze plug to where just this lip is hanging onto it. You're going to beat it in to the journal. Each cam bearing is numbered where it needs to go. You have to make sure that that line on your cam bearing, when you look down these with a flashlight, you can actually see it, because that's where your oil flow is going to go through. So I'm going to put the camera up there, and we're going to start putting in all these cam bearings, freeze plugs, and get this thing ready to set the rotation assembly in. Like I said, Brian might be helping us on that. Alright, so now we're doing the last one. So the last one has 2 in it. This is on a Ford. On a Chevy, this one's going to be all the way in the back, because your oil pump is located right here. So we have to make sure this is lined up with the top one. And then we have a, if I can get the light to not be so bright, a side hole right there that the other one has to line up to. And that's going to feed everything back to this plate that goes on top of the camshaft. And yeah, basically you got one up and one to the side. Okay, so all the cam bearings are in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to knock out and put the new freeze plugs in. I know you guys might be asking why we didn't have the machine shop tank this block and put the cam bearings in and the freeze plugs in, because it's not that much. Well, mainly me and Chris, also known as Critter, are doing this as a gift. So this is a budget build, straight coming out of our pocket. None of this shit's donated. We've already bought this. Is our third 302. One I had laying here I thought was good. It was shit. Another one we bought turned out to be shit. Obviously, Craigslist ain't gonna give you your money back. And then we got this one, so we're able to bore 30 over. We're gonna take in, pressure wash it, get all the particles out of it. And I have the tool to do the cam bearings, so might as well just save money there. Everything we've ordered on eBay, just the cheapest stuff we can get. I mean, not like the super cheapest stuff, but for what we're trying to do and achieve here. So now I'm gonna knock these out. All you do is just punch them in, take either a pair of channel locks or dikes, whatever ones work better, and yank them out. And then you can hit the new ones in, which I have a tool for to put those into. So I'll put the camera back up here. We'll start knocking these things out and put the new ones in. ones they sent with the kit ain't the right size, so I'm not even going to risk pulling those out and trying to have the dude behind the parts counter at our local parts store try to look up a 13mm or 3/8 freeze plug, because I went through the same shit with the Chevrolet that we just built for the 51 out there, and it took a week to get one of these guys in. Plus they're a pain in the ass to put in. You have to use a socket. So these ones right here, being that there's oil behind them, really, I'm not going to worry about it. So the only thing that's left for me to do is to steam clean this thing so we can drop the crank in. I'll get it pressure washed, and when you see me videoing again, we'll be dropping the crank. Maybe Brian will be down here, maybe he won't. Obviously he doesn't have a car because we're building the motor for it, because the car that he has, the motor's blown up, so he has to get a ride down here. So like I said, next time you see me, we'll be dropping the crank in.